Deborah De Luca's first passion wasn't music at all. Through her formative years, she took a great interest in fashion while working as a waitress at night. Along the way, she grew to love the nightlife, and when she met a producer in her hometown, everything changed. The 43-year-old Italy native came close to entering DJ Mag's Top 100 in 2021, but narrowly missed out. However, in 2022, she managed to climb in and rank at spot number 50. She created her very own label back in the early 2010s and has built her empire from the ground up. Deborah drew the attention of some pretty prominent producers along the way, which propelled her to come up with the album that put her on the map. Hello ravers, welcome back to EDM Heroes Worldwide. Fasten up your seatbelts because today we will talk about this incredible artist and answer the question of today, who is Deborah De Luca? Let's get started. Deborah De Luca was born July 23, 1980 in Naples, Italy. She grew up in Scampia in a high-class family, and when she was a teen, moved north of her hometown for high school. There, she grew to love fashion, began studying at Modena, and dreamt of being a fashion designer. Meanwhile, she worked as a waitress in clubs and as a dancer. She danced at nightclubs, and along the way, she realized her love for nightlife and returned home looking to put that to use. Upon returning to Italy, she began reaching out and connecting with producers. She met a DJ and producer called Giuseppe Sinamo. He took Deborah under his wing and let her fuse her knowledge of fashion with music culture. Giuseppe supported her from the get-go, and in 2013, Luca launched her own record label, Solamente. In the next few years, she learned to master production and become a widely known DJ who won crowds over with her techno grooves. Her tracks drew the attention of some widely known artists, and she began collaborating with DJ Rafe and Magda. The quality of her music was shaping into a mesmerizing kind of techno fused with little melodies. In the comfort of her own label, she was able to release the music she wanted on her own terms. Without the stress of pressure and restraints, she flourished. Over the course of the next few years, she put out 3 other albums and a few singles. Collaborating with artists such as Alex Mine, Angie Core, and Veronica Simioli, in November of 2018, she celebrated her decade in music and dropped her debut project 10. The release of her debut album was a milestone in her career, and the piece was a work of art. In 2021, De Luca was almost in the grasp of the Top 100 DJ Mag, but in 2022, she put in the work and reached spot number 50. Deborah has been putting in so much time and effort to perfect her craft, but it was a long road to get where she's at now. She recalls the process, and even though it was a long ride, things happened gradually. Furthermore, she continues to express however small the steps you take, maybe progress always counts. In addition, she claims the sky is the limit when it comes to your passion, in her case, music. When reflecting on social media and how that's had an impact on her career, she's had plenty to say about it. When she was just starting out making music, she released her stuff on MySpace. From there on, she made it a point to interact with fans, and that played a key role in her success. Although technology and social media played a part in her career, she admitted the negative side of it as well. Deborah went into how people become so fixated on their phones, they don't take the time to enjoy your set live. Typically, most artists will go through trials and tribulations with label, but not De Luca. After signing her label, she had total freedom. That meant not having to wait to release projects. The problem artists can run into with a restricting label is that they won't be able to put out music until the music label says so, and it can often sit for periods of time. While that music sits, the artist can critique it to the point they'll hate it. Deborah often speaks about how she encourages other artists to come up the same way she did and refrain from signing to a big label. Although it has its challenges when you're embarking on your own, in the end, it's worth it. Doing everything solo for the past decade, Deborah felt the need to prove not only to the world, but to herself that she was capable of building herself up. She teamed up with Analog Agency, and amidst things are simpler now, she doesn't have control over everything anymore. Even though fashion was her first love, it's something she still ties into her signature self. Luca's accomplishments go far beyond music, as she's a successful dancer, model, blogger, actress, and more. Recently, Deborah has taken a liking to TikTok and videos of herself modeling and flaunting with a full face of makeup all styled up. However, when she's not rocking a set and has a night off, she enjoys time spent with her friends and her dogs. In addition, she frequently visits Ibiza every year to discover new things or hear new music. Currently, even though now she travels elsewhere for new inspiration, she admits Ibiza is the one place where a DJ ends up feeling like a partygoer. Apart from those who hate routines, Deborah actually enjoys them. Due to her demanding schedule, she's already programmed into routines, but that's perfectly fine with her. Based on her schedule, that could be why she hasn't found the time to obtain a partner. As of now, in 2023, she's single, but it's not a negative thing in her eyes. In a recent Facebook post, Deborah took the time to shout out her brother, who is the most important man in her life, and admitted how strong a bond she has with her family. The global pandemic affected artists around the world since concerts and festivals were put on hold. For Deborah, it hit her badly mentally. She recalled the events and how some people were going from happy and healthy to extremely ill, and some even passed away. She has an album that was finished and ready to be released. Her tour schedule was full and she was thrilled to share her new music with the world. But as most people did, she took the time to stop and reflect. There was drama happening around her that she didn't know how to handle. The much-needed break gave her time to set things straight. Moving forwards from the pandemic, she made sure to remember that everything is precious and can be lost in a short amount of time. Just prior to COVID sweeping the world, De Luca did a stream with Mixmag that featured a notorious house where she grew up. The neighborhood was famous for the crimes committed in Gomorrah. She wanted to participate in the series so she could show people that the neighborhood isn't the same in that way anymore. Everyone was surprised at how successful the series was. While back in Italy for the time being, she opened up a little more about how music and nightlife in Scampia influenced her. She didn't understand the term music culture at first, but by putting on music that her parents collected, she finally realized that was her culture. From her early days of wanting to be a fashion designer while she pursued dancing, to learn to DJ in clubs in front of a live audience, messing up and making mistakes was all part of the journey, and admits to this day she's still learning. With music bringing her financial success, she has a net worth of somewhere between 1 and 5 million. Luca's steady work and dedication easily place her among the best DJs in the world. Her top tracks continue to play all around the world, from clubs to festival stages. She makes it a point to keep up with her current events while continuing to create her own original pieces. She may not fit into any of the current trends, but she still produces a different kind of music. That's all we have for now. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button to our channel. Also, tap the bell icon to receive notifications every time we post new content. Do you know who Deborah De Luca is, and do you enjoy her music and come up? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video here at EDM Heroes Worldwide.